Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises to the Most High Yahawah, BaHaSHam, YAHAWASHI, RAWCHAA QADASH. Yahawah is the true name of the Most High God. YAHAWASHI is the true name of His only begotten Son, the one whom the world ignorantly calls Jesus, Yeshua, Jehovah, etc. The RAWCHAA QADASH is the Holy Spirit that gives us the understanding of this truth, which comes directly from the Most High Yahweh BaHaSHam Yahushai. My double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS who taught me this truth, which is the 100% truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect spread around the four corners of the earth, pushing this gospel in all sincerity. Shalom also to the few AHCH who are sincerely seeking this truth. It's the brother Yahawah Allah from the GMS Italy camp, and I want to do this lesson entitled, Do You Still Believe the Devil Doesn't Exist? Yes, it's a question, and I'm doing this lesson, based on this image that I saw on Instagram this earlier today. But then, before we go into that, we want to start from the beginning, because if you speak to a Jake, an average Jake, the average people out there believe that the devil is something like this. The average people out there believe that the devil is something like this, in which actually the devil is speaking of a man. Now let's go deep, straight up. We're going to start from the book of Genesis chapter 3, in which, this is another lesson for another time, but I just want to, concentrate on bringing out what the serpent is, the serpent that beguiled Eve, which is also synonym with the devil, Satan, Now let's go quick. This is the book of Genesis chapter 3 verse 1. It says, Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh BaHaSHam Yahushai had made. And he said unto the woman, Yea, hath God said, Ye shall not eat of any tree of the garden? Now, if we go to the root word of the serpent, many people would think that, it's speaking of the serpent, a serpent, probably a cobra, an anaconda, So its root word is actually from the H5172, which it tells you.
Strong's H5172. Nachash. Nachash.
So as you heard, Nachash, Now this is the reason, this is the meaning. It says enchantment, divine enchantment, indeed, certainly, learned by experience, diligently observe, to practice divination, divine observe, signs, learned by experience, diligently observe, practice fortune telling, take as an omen, to practice divination, to observe the signs or omen. So as you can see, this is not speaking about a serpent, it's not speaking about a python, it's not speaking about a cobra. This is speaking about a sorcerer. A sorcerer, You see, whisper a magic spell. You see, enchanter, Well, so as you can see, the serpent right there is telling you that, it's not a regular serpent, but it is a person, because, well, anyway, let's get something else to back this up. And this is going to be found in the book of 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 11. Because these are things that you wouldn't learn in the church, In the church, they'll let you know that the devil is a spirit, is just something like this. But they're not going to teach you. They don't go deep into words. They don't make any researches, I don't really know. It's probably because the Most High Yahweh BaHaSHam Yahushai hasn't given them the understanding. He has given them that spirit, not to understand, not to research things. You know, that's why the second book of Timothy chapter 2 verse 16 tells you to study to show thyself approved before God, dividing the word of truth. You know, but these people don't do all that. You know, they only preach, you know, for God so loved the world every Sunday, in which they still don't have the right breakdown of that. They teach pay your tithes. You know, that's all they teach, man. Prosperity. They don't teach the scriptures, you know. That's why those who have the spirit of the Most High YAHAWASHI are going to come out from all these, you know, wicked religions, you know. The Bible doesn't speak of religion. It speaks about a people, Israel. It speaks about a pact between the Most High and a people. Now, this is the book of 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verse 3. It says, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in the HALAL. Okay. Now, if you go to the root word of the serpent right there, which this one is written in Greek, you know, it tells you office. Oops, I really don't know why it's going like this. I don't need this to go like this. No. When it goes like this, it doesn't give me what I need. But anyway, never mind. I have the scriptures right here. It's book of 2 Corinthians. Chapter 11 verse 3, which quotes, but I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in the HALAL. Now, if you go to the word serpent, you know, we said it was office, as you saw, office. Now, if you go through it, it tells you it comes from the word G3700. Say, through the idea of sharpness of vision, a snake figuratively as a type of sly cunning. Listen carefully. Say, a type of sly cunning, an artful, malicious person, especially Satan. You know, it says the ancients, the serpent with the ancients, the serpent was an emblem of cunning and wisdom. The serpent who deceived Eve was regarded by the Jews as the devil. Okay. So what did we read about the devil before? You know, it says as a type of sly, cunning, artful, malicious person, especially Satan. Okay. Now let me see the root word. Is it not giving me the root word? Well, that's good. We got what we want to get. Let me see. Usually goes, but that's okay. So you see, it's actually speaking about a person, you know. It's speaking about a person. Let's get, now, if you go to the word devil, you know, it says a devil. So we can just pick a word devil. Now, I want to pick one more scripture, you know, that's reasonable, which is the book of Revelation 2:10. Okay. Now, if you go into the book of Revelation 2:10, this is YAHAWASHI speaking. That's why you see it in red. It says, for none of those things which thou shalt suffer. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer, because the devil shall cast some of you into prisons, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay, so YAHAWASHI is saying the devil is going to close some of us, is going to imprison some of us, you know. So how can a spiritual devil do that, you know? But then don't get it wrong, you have the spiritual devil and you have the physical devil, you know. Now, in its physical form, it's speaking about a race of people, you know, which are the so-called Edomites. The Edomites, which in the Lashwan Kodash, the ancient Hebrew, they are known as AHCH, Esau, Adawam. Okay, so now if we go to the root word of this devil, it's going to give you diabolos, diabolos. Now it says a traducer, specifically Satan. It says compare H7854. It says false accuser, devil slanderer, prone to slander, slanderously accusing falsely, a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer. It says metaphor applied to a man who by opposing the cause of God may be said to act the part of the devil, to side with him. So you see, they're also showing you that it is speaking of a man. Okay, now you have Satan, which Satan means what's the word in which we're going to get that one also. We're going to get that one also. It says a metaphor applied to a man, that's the devil, you know. So going back to what we were saying, you know, the regular Jake, the average Jake would think the devil is something like this, is a spirit, you know. Well, yes, you have the spiritual devil, but you have also its physical counterpart. Okay, now let's get the book of 2 Corinthians, going back to 2 Corinthians, you know, chapter 11. And this time around, I'll go to verse 14. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Okay? And that's exactly what's going on now, because now you don't expect to see that devil, you know, the Satan. The Satan is actually, let's go into the root word of Satan, a false accuser, you know. It says Satanas. It says the accuser, this is devil, okay? Adversary, one who opposes another in purpose or act. The name given to the prince of the spirits, the inveterate adversary of Yahawah and the Mashiach. You know, you see, this is the name given to Satan, means adversary. It says one who opposes another. Okay, say it's the name given to the prince of evil spirits, which is the spiritual Satan, you know. And those who follow him, you know, they do his will. They are actually his angels, you know, in which we're going to go into the root word of angel, which means messenger, you know. So you have the spiritual messenger and the physical messenger, just like we have spiritual angels and we have physical angels. So those who do the will of Satan are devils, you know, and they are actually walking in the physical form. They are men, you know, they are men amongst us, you know. So anyway, I think, you know, we have enough here. Now let's see the word angel. It tells you angelos, okay. So it tells you an angel is a messenger, okay, a messenger, envoy, one who is sent. So you can either have the spiritual angel, okay, which, you know, one of them that's famously known is Michael, on his ancient Hebrew name Mikahala, which means who is like the power, okay. Then those who are doing the will of the Most High Yahweh BaHaSHam Yahawashi is apostles, you know. They are also angels, you know, because they are messengers, you know. Now I want to go because, well, there are lots of points I could also bring out of there, but this should be enough for those who have the spirit of understanding. Now this is the book of Second Thessalonians. No, what am I doing? This is the book of Second Thessalonians, chapter 2. Now start reading from verse 3, which quotes, "Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first." That falling away, speaking of 70 AD, "and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God sitteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God." So this is someone physical that we are going to see, And that man of sin is talking about a race of people, Most especially those who are actually leading them, speaking about the Edomites. Now, I want to show you some more things. I haven't brought out the scriptures. Now let's go to some other things. Now check this out. It says, did the devil put us in slavery or the white man do it? Okay, that's a question. This is a question I want to ask all of you, those who are saying, no, the devil does not exist, this is just spirit or blah, blah, There's a question. So who put you into slavery? Who put the Negroes, the Native Americans, the Latinos, who are the true sons of Israel? Who is the one that put them into slavery? Is it the spiritual devil? No, it's the physical counterpart, the physical devil. And we know who he is, As you can see this image right there, it looks like Esau, a white man. It says, did the devil put drugs and guns in your communities, then arrest us, or did the white man do it? Who did this? So, we read according to Satan says someone that does things that are contrary to the will of the Most High YAHAWASHI. Let's get that thing again, Let's get that point again. (14). So he says, one who opposes others in purpose or act. The one that opposes, one name given to the prince of evil spirit, the inveterate adversary of God, incites apostasy from God to sin. Okay. No, this is not what I want to get, Let's look at the verse 3 here. An artful, malicious person, okay? An artful, malicious person, So now check this out. Who is this person, These are the questions you should ask yourself. He said, did the devil tell us it's okay to be the alphabet? I don't want them to clip this video. He says, did the devil tell us it's okay to be alphabet, or did the white man do it? Who did it? He said, did the devil put abortion clinics in our communities, or did the white man do it? He says, did the devil buy up all the farmland to starve us to death, or did the gates of hell do it? So now, if the spirit is working with you, you should start getting and understanding who this devil is actually, what we're dealing with, that man of sin. He's being revealed. As in the second book of Thessalonians 2:3 that we just read, that he must be revealed. He's been revealed in all angles, man. He's made bare. All his secrets, all the things, all the plans he's been doing, all the wickedness he's been doing, eating children, sacrificing children, drinking their blood to get adrenochrome and doing all sort of wickedness. You can watch the other videos that I've put on watch the last 3 or 4 videos that I did, you'd see I was really coming on these people, bringing out some secrets out of these people. These are the real devils, these are the devils it's speaking of. But if you go to those wacky-tacky churches, they'll show you the man with the red horns, and tell you it's devil. And in which you see the devil is synonym with the red, and that red that you see goes back to Esau, Edom. In the book of Genesis 25, read from verse 25, he came out red. That's the skin tone. There is no black, there is no white. There is no one that is white and there is no one that is black. These were things that came into the story in the 1600s, by the so-called white man. You only have the red man and the brown man. Now, going back, it says, did the devil beat the Son of God, then hanged him from a tree and pierced the side, or did the white man do it? Who did it? It says, did the devil destroy the planet, or did the white man do it? Did the devil colonize Africa, steal all its resources, then made you stupid ass to feed the children, or did the white man do it? It says, did the devil commit genocide on the Native American Indians, or did the white man do it? Last question, did the devil paint his face as the Son of God and financed the whole world, or did the white man do it? Now, this is the point we just spoke of, going back to the book of 2 Thessalonians, 2, verse 3. It says, and so that he as God seated in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And the so-called painting of Jesus right there, which his name is not Jesus. The so-called painting you see right there is nothing but the painting of Cesare Borgia, Cesare Borgia, who was the second son of the 6th Pope, This is the image, And YAHAWASHI, the Son of the Most High, according to the book of Revelation 1, if you read from Revelation chapter 1, if you read from verse 13 to 15, it tells you the description of the Son of the Most High, that he is a so-called Negro. He has woolly hair. The color of his body is burnt brass, So now you're getting a picture of more or less who is the devil. The devil is the so-called white man, aka Esau, Edom, biblical nationality. Let's go to the next one. Now, this one says Jesus came to save everybody. Who does the white man need to be saved from? Though his name is not Jesus, I hate using that name because that's not his name. Now take a picture. Just look at this. These are the so-called white men. That depict themselves as Jesus. As the people of Jesus. In which this Jesus is a wicked name. I'm going to do another lesson on that. This is what they've been doing to the real Hebrew Israelites, the so-called Negroes, the Native Americans, and the Latinos. See them smiling, I'm just going to put out only this photo. There are lots of photos in which are very, very graphic. Now, who does things like this? Who does things like this, Chopping off people's head, carrying out your own stupid, wicked experiments on this. Now, who does things like this? This is when he went down to Africa and presented them with the Queen of Heaven. That's him. It's the devil. He deceives. He portrays himself as an angel of light. Now let's get some things from here. This is the book I once spoke about. It says the protocols of the wise men of Zion. This is just like a Bible, the Bible of those people. So, I screenshot some excerpts from the book, but no, not really directly from the book, from a documentary where someone brought out excerpts from the book. Now listen, it says, we shall go down the Goyim. That's what they call us, Goyim, which means Gentiles, I believe, Goyim, the strangers, they actually portray themselves as the real Jews. And we know what the first book of Revelation says. It says they are the synagogue of Satan. Also the third chapter, those who act as if they are the real Jews, just merely paraphrasing, they are the synagogue of Satan, And there is a scripture, is it in Isaiah, that says, bastards shall dwell in Ashdod. These people occupying the land of Israel today, they're not the real Israelites. We know their history. Just go and watch the video that I did, which is the true origin of the Caucasians, Then you get to understand more where they come from. So he says, we shall so wear down the Goyim that they will offer us international power that will enable us to form a super government. In place of the rulers of today, we shall set up a super government administration. Its hands will reach out in all directions, and its organization will be of such colossal dimension that it cannot fail to subdue all the nations of the world. And this is actually their plan, the NWO. You know what it is, the New World, or complete it by yourself. This is their plan. It says one authority will be glorious because it will be all powerful. Our authority will be the crown of order. And in that is included the whole happiness of man. They believe that they're going to rule forever. They believe they're going to succeed in this reset they're planning to do, but they don't know the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahawashi is the one actually, using them as instruments on his left hand. Now watch this video.
Okay, you guys need to check this out. Artificial wombs.
This is the artificial womb facility, a place where humans could be grown entirely from scratch. The devices you see here are called growth pods. Each growth pod is designed to replicate the same conditions that exist inside the mother's uterus. Growth pods are designed to host human fetuses until they are fully developed. These artificial wombs are designed to help premature babies to continue developing after their birth. But emerging scientific research is making it possible to use them to create designer humans entirely from scratch.
Now, as you can see, this wicked man, so-called white man, Esau Edom, he wants to replace God. He wants to be called God. Now let's read the second book of Thessalonians 2:3 again. It says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there shall be a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Even his people of his own like, they are finding out that he is the true devil, the cancer of the earth. He says, who opposeth and exalted himself above all that is called God, or that is worshipped, so that he as God seated in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. Now remember what we read here. It says in verse 14, angel of light. I know it's the 2 Corinthians 11:14. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. So, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against, principalities and powers in high places, these so-called white man, Esau, Edom, is the real devil, you know. So you better get your point straight, man. You know, these people, Jake's still going to churches, you know, in 2021, you know, still being fed lies. You know, come out before it's too late, because a lot is about to go down. Now, let me ask one more question. Who does stuffs like this? Because this is what's going on now, and this is coming to anywhere close to you very soon. It says, Germany state allows all stores to exclude unvanessed customers, including food and other everyday goods. I'm not going to read it, you know, but you know, check out who does things like this. Only the devil will do things like this, you know. Let's check out something else. You know, just bringing out this because these are parts of what's going on today. Who does things like this? Check this out. You know, let me translate. Now it says, the hen of Gre and the rien bole from Oosterland, who turned into a rooster, is no longer. Now we are being called flat again. Now this is going to be, I believe, the first hen, you know, that converted to a rooster. So this is going to be the first transformer hen. Now who does things like this? Only the devil, man. Only the devil would do things like this. Who is going to change the gender of a hen and turn it to a male hen? You know, this is the devil. This is the work of the devil. And if you're yet to see all this, then I really don't know what to tell you. And this is what's going on in in Australia. Just going to read the top. So it says, the Australian military transfers residents from C19 areas to quarantine camps. You know, the apostles and elders have been teaching these for not centuries, for decades. You know, people are laughing at them, you know, saying all sorts of things against them, but these things are just right at your door. Now over here in Italy, you know, they've been speaking about, you know, following the same steps, because that's just the new trend. A country does something, then the rest of the country points at that country. Oh, they are doing that. We also have to do it, you know, to save lives and this and blah, 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 you know. So you better get your facts ready, you know. Be ready for what's about to come. So those of you who are still thinking that this man is the good man, is the angel of light, you know, whatever you want to believe, you know, you're in for a rude awakening, you know. So, hey, this is the lesson. Hopefully it was edifying, you know. Just let me quickly read this one more. It says, did the devil put us into slavery, or did the white man do it? Did the devil put drugs and guns in our communities, then arrest us, or did the white man do it? Did the devil tell us it's okay to be alphabet, or did the white man do it? Did the devil put abortion clinics in our communities, or did the white man do it? Did the devil buy up all the farmland to starve us to death, or did the gates of hell do it? Did the devil beat the Son of God, then hang him from a tree and pierce the side, or did the white man do it? Did the devil destroy the planet, or did the white man do it? Did the devil colonize Africa, steal all its resources, then made your stupid ass to feed the children, or did the white man do it? Did the devil commit genocide on the Native American Indians, or did the white man do it? For did the devil paint his face as the Son of God and financed, I don't know what it means, and finds the whole world, or did the white man do it? You know. So hey, ask yourself that question again, you know, and get your point straight, because there is no time anymore. Time is just short. There is no damn time anymore. You know, prophecies are popping out, and we know the return of our Mashiach is just very close. So hopefully this lesson was edifying. I would like to give all praises to the Most High Yahawah, BaHaSHam, YAHAWASHI, RAWCHAA, QADASH. Shalom.